Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do a book haul today, Saturday. We drove over to New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire. Went to BAM, a Books A Million, and a thrift store, Goodwill. And found some books. My daughter found a bunch of the Rick Riordan books, which she's collecting now. But for myself, I'll start with what I found at the Goodwill. I saw this on, and I've seen it around quite a bit. I saw Steve Donahue talking about it when he was talking about chunkers, so I decided to grab it. That's Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, a novel by Susanna Clark. It's in this paperback size. Tom Doherty, so a Tor book from New York, and came out in 2006 in the Tor edition, and it's from 2004 originally. So, let's see here. I get the pages to turn. So 1,006 pages, so it qualifies. And there's a picture of the author. I know they have something on TV about this now too, or a show or a series or something. Next thing I found was Larry Niven's Man-Kazin Wars, and this is number 8, Bean Books. This one's Choosing Names. He did a whole series of these, a lot like George R. R. Martin did Wild Cards. So let's see, this came out in '98. So in this you have Choosing Names by Larry Niven, Telepath's Dance by Hal Kolbach, Galley Slave by Gene Lamb, Joe Talk by Paul Chaffee, and Slow Boat Nightmare by Warren W. James. So just a shared world type of thing. Then I grabbed this. It's a Bantam Spectra fantasy. It's Roger Zelazny and Robert Sheckley, and it's A Farce to be Reckoned With. Love the cover. Look at that guy. This thing came out in New York Bantam Books, and it was 1995. So in Bring Me the Head of the Prince Charming and If at Faust You Don't Succeed, the masters of comic fantasy, Roger Zelazny and Robert Sheckley, told two of the millennial contest between good and evil. Well, now it's all that it's that quiet time between millennia, and the demon Azzy is becoming bored and restless. So I guess this was part of a series of comic fantasy, and I've always liked Zelazny. Hopefully I can read it out of order, so we'll see. Then I picked up Legend of Drizzt book number 4, R.A. Salvatore, I guess, Forgotten Realms, The Crystal Shard, little paperback. I've read some of these. I've never read them in order, but for $1, can't beat it. All of these were $1. And then, because of what I've seen on BookTube, I've seen quite a few people talk about Jasper Fforde. This is The Well of Lost Plots. Sort of like a literary mystery type of fantasy thing. Protecting the world's greatest literature, not to mention keeping up with Miss Havisham, is tiring work for an expectant mother, and Thursday can definitely use a respite. So what better hideaway than inside the unread and unreadable Caversham Heights, a cliche-ridden pulp mystery in the hidden depths of the Well of Lost Plots. It seems like a lot of folks really like these Jasper Fforde novels, so I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Then the next thing I found, I actually first heard about this writer on Final Blow Joe's channel. And he does a lot on fantasy and science fiction and some mysteries and thrillers too. But he seemed to really like this writer, and it's China Miéville, and this one's Railsea. So I thought I'd give it a shot. This is, let's see, it's Ballantine Books, New York, and this is 2012. On board the Mole Train Meads, Sham Yes Ap Sorap watches in awe as he witnesses his first Moldy Warp Hunt. The giant mole bursting from the earth and a harpoonist targeting their prey. So yeah, if anybody knows about this, let me know. I'm surprised to find it. Then I found two little treasures I couldn't believe. I'm a big fan of Edward Gorey, and I have a book of his art. But these two books, one I got for $1 and one I got for $2. I have no idea what the difference in price. They're little hardbacks. This one's A Haunted Tea Cozy by Edward Gorey, a dispirited and distasteful diversion for Christmas. Great little thing here. Hardbound. Harcourt Brace and Company, New York. And this was published in '97. And I absolutely love his artwork. Plus, it's easy to get when you're doing your reading list for the year, that's a book. It'll take you about 5 minutes. And then another one of his is The Headless Bust by Edward Gorey, a melancholy meditation on the false millennium. And again, this one's a Harcourt Brace and Company, New York, San Diego, and London in 1999. These will be great fun. I absolutely enjoy his stuff. So then when we were done at the Goodwill, we went over to Books A Million, BAM, and I found two things. The first is I had read John Scalzi, The Old Man's War, and did a book chat about it. And I liked it enough so I knew if I ran into more of his that I would grab them. This is The Collapsing Empire, tour book out of New York from 2017, so it's fairly new. And there you go. So my understanding is that this is one of the, I hope this is one of the Old Man War novels. But either way, I saw his name. I got it for like $5, so I decided give it a shot since I enjoyed the other one so much. And then the last thing I got was a edited by George Railroad Martin and Gardner Dozois, is Rogues. In a paper. I've seen the hardback around, but it's the first time I've seen this nice paper size paperback. This has stories by Gillian Flynn, Neil Gaiman, Patrick Rothfuss, Joe Abercrombie, Connie Willis, and Scott Lynch, and I'm sure more. Charles Priest, yeah. Michael Swanwick. So, and that was just a few bucks. So basically a pretty good day. So that's the books from BAM. And then let's see if we can show the books we get from Goodwill. Right there. So if you've read any of them, let me know. And hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you, BookTube.